Wow. Mic test! Oh my god, am I loud? Hey, mic test, guys! You guys can hear me? And welcome, Cat! My god, there's a lot of people here, but I'm like trying to because some of you guys are lurking, some of you guys are hiding behind the scenes. Welcome to the stream, guys. It's been a while we play back the Ace Attorney, isn't it? I think. Where did we left? Okay, we left somewhere around. Lord Winzig keep throwing things at us. If that's what I remember. Hey, Shishi! Hello! Guys, let me know if the music is too low for you guys. I will adjust again. But it should be well done because I don't recall need to change anything for this one. Yeah. And guys, we are back to less than 400. So yeah, I guess the follower pushed you to go back to 400 again. Was it? Guys, just check if it's less than 400 again. Ah man, it's alright. We can get it back. No time, right? Ace Attorney is easy, so yeah. Let's get back to the game. You guys have popcorn? Cause I don't have one. Cause recently I got a health checkup report and Rio's getting old. I'm getting bad. We're gonna hit 420 times this year. 20 times 400, huh? That would be a perfect goal. Aren't you 69? Well, I am getting old. Like more than 69. What happened? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just doing a basic health checkup just to make sure I'm alright. But there's something I have to take care now. So yeah, like my food, I should touch more grass. And apparently Rayo is have a deficiency in vitamin D. So I have not enough sun. Guys, I have not enough sun exposure. Which is very, very damn funny because I'm like, ayo, I have not enough sun exposure. Sounds like we need more Just Dance stream. I agree. We may need more Just Dance stream or Ring Fit stream. Yes, Ring Fit stream. We'll need more Ring Fit stream or the boxing stream. I actually thinking about getting the boxing game if I can. I actually wanted to, but I don't know how much. I feel like it's quite expensive, yeah. But yeah, I am on the borderline with the bad cholesterol, so yeah, I need to take care of myself a bit more this year. Boxing, can you play against other people? I don't know actually if I can. We can do IRL stream. Huh? No, Kathy, that's too risky to do it. An IRL stream? Too risky, man. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my one step closer to beat up Rayo. I mean, you got the point, but no. Well, you can beat me up in Ring Fit actually, because I do have a very good Ring Fit record last time. So I don't know now if I do Ring Fit, what's the record. But maybe I should do more Ring Fit streams in coming future, yeah? Is here, let's continue with the game. And this trial will continue. I thought we are going to Hug Rail. Maybe stream at the arcade point. camera at legs only. I mean, Shishi, that's not a bad idea. Damn, you think differently? Feed stream, guys. No feed. My god, feed stream, huh? Now then, Lord Van Zyck, how does the prosecution wish to proceed? You have to pay for that. No feed stream. You have to pay for that feed. Yeah, you have to pay for that. Oh, he's going to pour his red wine again. This trial is rapidly descending into a farce. Wait, okay. Look. Like a corked wine, the first few sips are bitter enough. How many wines has this man had? He threw a lot of wine bottles, so I don't think he had a lot of wine. You know, when he's like, you know, trying to debate, he will throw his wine cup away. He will throw the whole wine bottle away. So I don't think he drink a lot. He just, you know, drink to show. His drink to show. See? Exactly what I said, Shishi. Exactly. You see what he do? Exactly. Expensive arguments can't take him to restaurant. If you actually argue with him, probably will be very expensive. He will just throw a lot of wine. Damn. But what follows is so repugnant. It's good for nothing save the gutter. Oh my god, I cannot English again. Shit. If I may, Lord Van Zyck, the defense has just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what happened. Credible? Is that your considered option, Mr. Foreman? The defense argument is a joke to which I barely know how to respond, but let me start by insisting that you must all familiarize yourself better with the relative position of those plays being discussed. What do you mean by that? What's his angle this time? It should already be more than apparent that between the crime scene and the Gary Depp's household runs a rather wide street, BR Road. Which means that the distance from the Gary Depp's house to the scene is some, yes, 15 yards? Let me see, 15 yards. That's around 14 meters. 14 meters? Oh, that's a little further than I imagined. And as you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightly noted as having perpetuous significance, the fourth book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, the smoldering book wantonly hurled by the lady of the house traveled some 15 yards and landed on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed victim's finger and thumb. Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? And did the jackknife follow a near identical trajectory to plunge into the middle of the victim's back? Delulu Reo. I am not Delulu. This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of having a bad day for the victim, I think. Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plots. My god, Van Zik, you are right. Ah! There is nothing I can say to that. That prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice. Miss Susato. Serialized detective stories are pathetic, are they? How dare he? Maybe let's pick our battles here. My lord, may I be allowed to speak? As judicial assistant, you may speak for the defense. Yes, go ahead. The prosecution may consider the idea a fantasy, but what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning. And as such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as truly as possible. To that end, why does she look down like that? Juror number 4, Mrs. John Garrideb, must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination. Seen alive! A cross-examination of a juror? Order! Order! Well, this is highly irregular. It is unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned to the witness's stand. Oh my god! It's the world famous radio. Oh my god, no! Oh my god, the Tascaro emote is... Hey yo, welcome to the stream now. How have you been? Hope things goes well. All good for me, all good. Good to hear. Cause it's been kind of stressful on my end as IRL. IRL is kind of stressful, but well, streaming is my pastime, you know. So time to distress, you know. Time to become a lawyer at this hour, man. A lawyer, a storyteller at this hour. Time to distress, yes, time to distress.
Objection!
Oh, holy shit! He literally threw the bottle of wine. So yeah, it's like he is expensive to maintain, huh? He didn't even drink much. He threw the chalice, he threw the wine cup, and then now he threw the whole bottle. I miss your doubt for the fat maid character. Oh my god. Probably you see it soon. I mean, you see it soon, but I probably won't be able to dub her because honestly speaking, yesterday I sang too much. Was celebrating my boss's birthday, so I sang too much, and this is what voice I have left. And unnecessary. Oh my god, Shishi! Shishi, no! Ayo! Oh no! Lord Van Zik! There are already witnesses in the stand whose testimony the defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend fascial theory has any truth in it, then both a burning book and a jackknife must have flown through the sky before this couple's eyes. And we must assume they would have be able to testify accordingly. Shishi! What the heck? That even sus! Oh my god! Okay. See you later, Rayo. Have a good English lesson. Hey, Kev, thanks for the 1 beat. Thank you. Kev Bro just cheered for 1 bit. And there's no notification. What the frick? Aw, that's so cute. What say you, witnesses? Yes, sir! Constable Rolly Beat reporting for duty, sir. Okay, he's awake. Well, good morning, officer. Sorry for dozing until now, sir. I haven't slept for a month on account of a villain who's appeared on my beat, sir. Oh, they are so chaotic, those London bobbies. Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you, but no more. Oh my god. I need sunglasses, guys, help! Oh, Rolly, my hero. You make me soon. Oh my god! I cringe! Help! Very well, I hereby reject the defense request. Oh! And order the witnesses in the stand to testify again. State forthwith before the court any details pertaining to the defense alternative explanation of events. Yes, sir! Damn, Normie flirting in front of us. Yep, all the normies. He's fully awake though. Wait, he's not awake now. He's like falling asleep. Holy shit, he's so tired. This case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Gary Depp. Believe me, a London Bobby is good for his word. Okay. You see, sir, the windows on the top floor of the Gary Depp's house are top hinged casement. Obviously, if anything had been thrown out of the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go to fetch help, but my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. I didn't take my eyes off the crime scene for one moment, sir. Nothing strange to report on that front, sir. Well, this is quite startling. Top hinge casement windows. That detail was not in the police report, Constable. Yes, sorry about that. I must have been a little drowsy. You cannot excuse your sin with drowsiness every time, Constable. No, sir. Sorry, but what exactly is a top hinge casement window? And you cannot excuse your ignorance with such treat? Treat. Oh my god, how do I pronounce this English? Remark, my learned friend. Tried? Of course. Sorry. I found it, Mr. Naruhodo. Cast your mind back to the windows in Mr. and Mrs. Scary Dab's room. Alright, I'll try. Okay. So the window opens in order to allow air to circulate inside the house. But as it's a top hinge casement window, it swings open along the upper edge, you see. I'm glad you have rectified your ignorance. A casement window, most prominent feature, is its stays. A metal bar which prevents the window from being opened beyond a certain amount. It prevents it opening? This is all news to me. Absolutely correct, sir. In other words, if a book or a knife were to have been thrown through the open window, it would have clattered against the panel and fallen straight down to the pavement below. No. You see the problem then? Good. Your education in Windows is complete. Oh my god, Lord Renzik! Burn, Mr. Naruhodo, burn! Holy shit! Ow! Well. There was never any possibility of either the book or the knife traveling 15 yards over the road. Of course, the moment I arrive, Rayo is down bad for Renzik. I mean, hello? He's quite handsome, okay? He's quite handsome. We cannot deny this. He is handsome. That is, unless the window panel had been shattered. Something we have discounted already. That can't be. Did you see that, Rolly? That young Japanese man just collapsed in agony. Oh yes, my darling, I saw it. I saw how he crumbled before me. Oh, Rolly, you're so strong. How is this happening? I haven't even started the cross-examination yet, and already my argument's being destroyed. Counsel, if you should drag yourself upright again, the court awaits your cross-examination. My lord! Oh good, another desperate situation. Let's go! Okay. This case has nothing to do with the blah blah blah. Believe me, Bobby has to do what? How do I know you're good for word man press? How can you say that for certain? Yes, how can you say that for certain? A very good question, sir. And the answer is this. It has the noble founding principle of the force written on it as a reminder to all of us policemen of our sworn duty. He showed us that before, didn't he? Did he? I can't say I remember. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. It's what the job's all about. And that is why I can stand here today beside my long suffering wife and tell you a Bobby is good for his word. While rubbing my tired eyes admittedly, sir. Oh, Rolly, you're so manly. Oh my god, the great cringe, help me. Of course I am, my darling Patricia. Oh my god. Oh, Pat. Ah! Oh, I'm blind. Ah! My model died. No, none of this is what I meant. I meant, how can you say for certain that this case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garridap? Ah, I see, sir. You should have said so earlier, sir. Yes, well, so could you answer the question? That was a waste of time then. Absolutely, sir. I will answer it to my fullest of my abilities, sir. There's a surprising reason why Mr. and Mrs. Garridap's domestic dispute can't be related to this case. Okay? But before I get into that, sir, just one thing. Yes? I'm very much like you and all your countrymen to understand the great British institution of Scotland Yard. So I hope you take back some tales of us London Bobbies and how we uphold our guiding principles. I wasn't planning on going back just yet. I've just arrived here. So, to that end, sir, I'll be happy to lend you my warrant card for your pursuit. But I must warn you, you won't be able to get through it without shedding a few tears. Thank you, I'll try. Okay, we got the card for no reason, I say. It was a waste of time. Right. You see, sir, the windows on the top floor of the Garridap house are top hinge casement. Press it. How do you know it's top hinged? By which you meant they don't open fully, is that correct? Yes, sir. They were just there to allow a bit of air through the house. You see? So they are restricted as to how much they are open. And therefore, anything thrown out of the window from the inside of the room would simply strike the pane and fall to the street directly below. For clarity, allow me to mark the map. Here is the location where the objects would have fallen. Okay. Yes. Directly opposite the scene of the crime on the other side of the rather wide road. Would it have been so hard for somebody to mention this top hinge casement thing before? Well, I have another question for you, Constable. And what would that be, sir? How do you even know? Why would you have any idea what sort of window Mr. and Mrs. Garridap's house is furnished with? Ah, well, sir, that's very simple. You see, I helped with the investigation yesterday. Oh, she has something to say, huh?
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, Mrs. Bede? Sorry? You look, well, delighted. Is there something particular reason for that? Oh, I was just remembering, that's all. We really were so lucky. Lucky? What do you mean? Well, of course I feel terrible for the poor woman who was attacked. Don't misunderstand me, please. But we were just so lucky it didn't happen on Rolly's beat. It was so close. You see? Oh, I hadn't realized. Oh yes, that street, BR Road. That's the boundary between Rolly's beat and the next one. Isn't that right, my love? Constable Beat. Huh? Oh, yes, that's right. That's the reason I was helping out with the interviewing the occupants of the Gary Dapp's household yesterday. Their house is on my beat, you see, sir. That really was cutting it close then. Constable, I wonder if you could clarify something? If the Gary Dapp's household is on your beat, does that mean that the pavement next to it is as well? Outside Mr. Gary Dapp's house? Yes, ma'am. The pavement on that side of the road is part of my beat. I see. I was unaware of that. Just think, if the woman had been attacked just on the other side of the BR road, we could never have been able to go for that meal to celebrate our wedding anniversary. But that's the life of a Bobby after all. Extraordinary people, our Bobbies, tirelessly working for the benefits of all Londoners. Do you know what I think? I think it was a good Lord's way of rewarding my Rolly for all his hard work. Don't you think so, my darling? That must be it, Pat, my love. That must be it. I think perhaps we should make sure we have that information officially on record. Leave it to me, Mr. Naruhodo. I will take care of it immediately. Ayo! Nice. The pavement where the victim was found lies just outside Constable Beat's beat. Okay. And now it's my turn, I think. Okay, let's see. Obviously, if anything had been thrown out of the window, we would have seen it.
Hold it!
Let's see. But according to my notes here, the sun had gone down already and it was dark. Oh, but Rolly and I were strolling along, gazing the night sky and looking for our lucky star. Sorry? The star that will guide us to eternal happiness. Oh my god. Can't it guide you to answer the question? If a flaming bolt had cut across the sky in front of us, it would have lit up like a shooting star. And if I seen a shooting star, I would have made a wish upon it. Let Rolly be an inspector, I would have said 3 times at least. Wow, such dedicated wife. Of course, what with the smog and everything, we couldn't actually see any stars. In short, are you trying to say that neither a book nor a knife across the sky before you? Yes, sir, that's correct, sir. As sure as the night sky in London is starless, sir. It certainly seems like they're telling the truth. And then we saw the poor woman fall to the ground, so we ran straight over to help her. I did leave the scene to go and fetch help, but my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. Okay,
Hold it!
press. Yes, you said that you went to a nearby police box to fetch another officer, is that right? That's right, yes. If it had been on Rolly's speed, I would have known exactly where I was going, of course. Don't feel bad, my love. You can't be expected to know the location of every police box on every beat. So Rolly told me the way, only I sort of got a little lost on the way. Patricia, my darling, that's why I love you. Your terrible sense of direction is bewitching to me. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, Pat. Oh my god. Stop. Ooh. Oh, please. So I suppose I was gone for about 15 minutes. But like I said, my Rolly was at the scene the whole time, making sure nothing was disturbed. I was off duty at that time, of course, but a true Bobby is never really off duty, sir. Real jealous she don't have someone like that. Shish! Shh! Shish! Shush! 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 I will have one day. One day. One day. I didn't take my eyes off the crime scene for one moment, sir. Nothing strange to report on that fourth, sir. Clip these to show them in 40 years. No! Oh shit.
Hold it!
Yes, sure. Nothing to report. That's correct, sir. I had my eyes wide open the entire time. Never looked away for a second. No one else approached the scene and nothing was removed from it. I can swear to that on the yard's honor, sir. Really, that seems a little strange. Beg your pardon, sir. Strange, sir. Seems altogether regular to me. This burnt copy of The Lion's Pride was originally in the Gary Depp's household. So the question remains, how did it find its way into the hands of the victim? Can you shed any light on that, seeing you were at the scene of the crime the entire time? Uh-oh. Ah! Could it be a different copy, sir? One that just happened to be burnt as well? Even if that were possible, why would the victim have been gripping a book like that in her hand? As we can see from this photographic print, she had the bag over her shoulder. Well, sir, that book was in the lady's hand from the moment we arrived at the scene. Is that so? There's something about this statement that's not sitting right with me. The two mysteries of how the knife ended up in her bag and how the book ended up in her hand. There must be some common threads between them. Can I ask you something, please, Mr. Lawyer, sir? Oh my god, what do you want to ask? Oh, yes, of course. What is it? You're adopting us, aren't you? I can tell. What? I wasn't really. I mean, what is she doing? Please, just because I'm a woman, it doesn't make my testimony any less valuable. You might just see me as the wife of a policeman, but I'm a woman of my word. I am! I really don't remember ever suggesting that I doubted you. No excuses, I don't want to hear. My voice will be heard. My lord, you will let me speak, won't you? Yes, Mrs. Speed. I will allow you to supplement your testimony if you so desire. Sometimes the path of least resistance is the sage one. That was a very loud mutter. I heard that! That Japanese man thinks a policeman's wife's word counts for nothing, does he? Well, watch out, sir. I might let you get away with something like that, but my Rolly won't. Duly noted, Mrs. Beat. Please, I humbly ask you to continue. What could she possibly be about to say, I wonder? I know what I saw. My eyes never let me down. My sense of direction is a little off sometimes, though.
Hold it!
What you saw then? Tell me. Mrs. Beat, nobody is questioning what you have told us. I saw it, I did. That evening, I saw it clearly. That little Eastern man with the whiskers and the funny curved back, sneaking away from the scene. Haha. And I know what I didn't see as well. I didn't see any flaming book or knives flying through the sky. All very clear. You also mentioned something about having a pro sense of direction. Oh yes, well, that's a little embarrassing, really. I always end up in the wrong place when I've made arrangement with meeting Rolly. He gets ever so crossed.
Excuse me.
Constable Beat, is there a problem? No sir, no problem sir. Did your wife remark just now bring something to mind perhaps? Oh, well, in a way sir, yes sir, yes sir. Yes sir. I was just remembering that the same thing happened that evening is all. You mean Mrs. Beat lost her way on the night of the incident? Well, you see, I sent her off to find a police box in the next beat over from mine. But she was gone a fair bit longer than what I was expecting. I thought she'd be back inside 10 minutes. But my darling was gone for a good 15. Oh, Rolly, you're such a tease. But the reason I was so long was because of the bouquet, silly. The bouquet? Sorry, what bouquet are you talking about? Oh, it was a present for our wedding anniversary. Rolly's so romantic. He saved up for it with farting and had pennies he found in the gutter while doing his rounds. Yes, how romantic. I've forgotten all about it until just now. Had you, my darling? Oh, yes. But that was just between us. No talking about it to anyone else, darling. You have to promise. Really? Oh. What was that all about? Constable Beat looks very obviously troubled during that exchange. I'm afraid I can't offer any useful insight, Mr. Naruhodo. But I'm quite sure of one thing. You have to ask Mrs. Speed about the bouquet. Mrs. Speed, this bouquet of yours just mentioned. I'd like you to add the details about it to your testimony, please. Oh, really? Yes, I love to. Lord Benzik is like not amused at all. He's like, what the fuck with this bouquet, man? It's not discussed before. We don't know about this bouquet. Why are you guys talking about a bouquet now? What happened was I dropped my bouquet and ended up losing my way for a while. Right? Okay, pressed.
Hold it!
You mean you dropped the bouquet at the scene of the crime? Yes, that's right. Oh, I was so upset. When we ran over and saw it was a woman with a knife in her back, I was so shocked I dropped the bouquet Rolly gave me. It was in a dark spot where the street light weren't casting any light, so I didn't notice at first. And then you went to the police box to report it to the policeman whose beat it was on. Yes, and I came back to the scene together with the other constable, you see. And that's when I spotted my bouquet again. But the funny thing was, when I went to pick it up, it was nowhere near the victim's body at all. In case you need reminding, Mrs. Beat, the victim is not deceased. I was off-lasted for a moment before I heard a voice calling for me from the other side of the road.
Boy, I think you're thirsty.
Hey, Race, thanks for the hydrate with him. Yes, I am thirsty. Thank you. 喝水姐姐。I don't think just 喝水 will do. Hari Raya, what's the plan? Hari Raya? When Hari Raya? Oh! Wait. Hari Raya is like coming soon, right? No plans currently, I say. Just work, I guess. Just a lot of work. Yeah, more work. No much plan for April. Work. Just work. Yeah. Yep. No plan, just work. Your husband, presumably? That's right, silly me. I got over the wrong side of the street. Might meet up Ivan for mama or something. Oh. We'll see. I think we can plan. No, not a problem, I guess. Yeah, we can have a mama meetup. That'd be great. It's been a while meeting you guys also. It's like December, right? We met. Okay, we'll ask you again. Sure. Do ask me again at April. Yeah. Robo cannot do, he's in SG. Yeah. I mean, we know he's in SG. I don't think he can just drop by easily to where we are, huh? It's okay. We'll be fine. Although I'm going to blame the bouquet this time. I can't think how it got there. I really can't. So the bouquet somehow moved from one side of the BR road to the opposite. Curious indeed. Isn't it? But the worst of it is I forgot to pick up the bouquet up again when we left the scene. That beautiful rose Rolly bought me. With that change from the gutter he spent so long collecting. By bouquet, do you perhaps mean this solitary rose? What do you mean, Lord Benzie? You can't just... Oh, man. Oh! Oh, yes, yes! Yes! It is! It's the bouquet Rolly bought me for our anniversary. With old bits of change he found in the gutter. Maybe just call it a rose. Tell us, Lord Benzik, where did you come by the flower? According to the report by the police officer in charge of the crime scene investigation, it was found on the edge of the pavement in front of the Gary Depp's household. In front of the Gary Depp's household. Although it wasn't noticed until the morning, as it lay where the street lamp cast no light. It was believed to be no relevance to the case, since it was found on the opposite side of the thoroughfare. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Could I have it back now, please? No, I think for good measure, this rose should be added to the court record as evidence. Oh. No, a rose. But what's a symbol of our love? I want it back after the trial. Did you hear me? I want it back. Good grief, rest assured that I shall do my very best not to forget, Mrs. Beat. Okay, so we have everything in our records now. Great. Okay. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you make of all this? Yes. The whole idea of an invincible attacker has been troubling me all along. But I believe I'm starting to get a picture of what really happened here now. The fourth book that has no business being at the scene of the crime made me sure that Mrs. Gary Depp was hiding something from us. But it became increasingly clear that someone else has been hiding something from us as well. I think I might already be armed with everything I need to strike a decisive blow here. This time, it's going to expose the whole truth about this mysterious affair. Okay, let me let me save because I'm dumb. I have to save, okay? Damn. Took me a month to come back to this game, huh? Okay, how do I? Ah, okay, so no. Nothing really special about this rose, huh? Maybe this book? "20 miles further around is it." Okay. Hmm. 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 Huh? Wait, hold on. This freaking book. Huh? When a crime scene is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigation. How CNY? CNY is pretty dull for me, not gonna lie. There's nothing happening on my end though. How do you spend how many days in hometown? I think roughly 5 or 6 days in my hometown, and then I think it's 5. It's not that long. It was 5 days, I think. 5 days. 5 or 6 days, if I recall correctly. Whoa! Plum blossom, peach blossom, and cherry blossom. Perhaps you should consider branching out, learn some that aren't fruit tree based, for example. I see. Gonna flex by CSPF? Not really that bad. If anything, right, during the Chinese New Year, I did do some makeup, so everyone was at all. Okay. But how do you see it if it's pitch black?
Objection!
Let's just consider the implication of that statement for a moment, shall we? Uh-oh. What implication, Council? Nothing strikes me about it. Exactly. There's nothing striking about it. What does strike me is your propensity for the inane, however. I need to clear my head and come to this again at a different angle. Whoopsies! Wait, hold on. Hold on, guys. I need to get back to this one. Okay.
Objection!
Huh. You claim, Constable Beat, there's nothing to report in the 15 or so minutes you were guarding the scene. But that cannot be. What do you mean to say? In your testimony just now, Mrs. Beat, you explained to the court that when you arrived back at the scene of the crime with the policeman assigned to the beat, the bouquet you had dropped at the victim's side was no longer anywhere nearby. I can relate to the EP, Bobby. Does the court feel so boring for you guys?
Objection!
Yes, on the opposite side of the BR road where the victim was attacked. But considering the size of that mere bouquet, if a single, bloom can be so described, no doubt it was blown in the wind across the street back into the gutter where it belongs. Me?
Objection!
But if that were the case, why didn't Constable Beat not testify to the fact? No one else approached the scene and nothing was removed from it. Constable Beat swore to that on Scotland Yard's honor. But the bouquet belonged to me. It has nothing to do with the case. That's why Rolly didn't mention it, I'm sure. No, because sadly it's not only your bouquet we are talking about here. More than one thing in this case is mysteriously the wrong way around. What are you talking about? Ah, Lawman Zig got angry! Think about it. Besides Mrs. Beat's bouquet, there's Mr. Gary Depp's book. Ayo, Zero! Hello, welcome to the stream. Hello. Things been well on your end? Hope you have hydrated. Because I need to, because my throat is just saying no. I can't wait until you guys redeem the hydrate so my throat is dying. Okay. Mr. Gary Depp's copy of The Lion's Pride, which was thrown out of the window by his wife,
I think you thirsty.
would have struck the panel of the casement window and landed here, on the west side of the street. Thanks for the hydrate. Thank you very much. Oh, water is good. I got you, homie. Yes, you got me. And thanks for the hydrate. My throat has healed. And yet, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road, in the victim's hand. Meanwhile, according to the testimony we heard, Mrs. Beat's bouquet should have been dropped here at the scene of the crime on the east side of the street. But in fact, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road in front of Mr. and Mrs. Gary Depp's house. There's no logical explanation for those things unless somebody deliberately removed them. What are you trying to say? The way you are talking, it sounds like you think my Rolly done something wrong. Don't you listen to a word that scrawny lawyer says? Wittering on about books and bouquets? Why should we care? It's nitpicking. That's what it is. Good. Mrs. Scary Dad, come around. You might call it nitpicking, Mrs. Scary Dad. But deliberately meddling with the scene of a crime is a criminal offense. It's called tampering, Mr. Naruhodo. But the person responsible for this tampering cannot admit to it. For a very subtle but compelling reason.
Objection!
Tampering? You barely heard the term before. Tell us, my learned friend, who would possibly have had cause to carry out such an elaborate deception? Yes, there is someone who tampered with the scene of the crime that evening. All the evidence and all the testimony points to that one particular person. Counsel, I must demand that you sustain this conjecture. Oh my god, my English Saban, just save me, I can't English. Who are you saying is responsible for tampering with the scene of the crime? Hold on. Hold on, guys. Do you think who will be the one that's tampering with the with the scene of the crime? Do you think Olive Green is the one that trying to tamper with the scene of the crime? But she's like unconscious, so. Okay, I believe it's the Bobby. Okay, hear me out. I believe it's the Bobby. It's because if it happens on his street, right, he will have no dinner with his wife. Do you think my theory was right? I'm just guessing. Like, I feel like it's the Bobby that changed the position, because if they are involved in, because see, if you actually read the rule book the Bobby has, right, they mentioned that if a crime scene that happens on their street or on their beat, right, they will have to join the investigation. So they cannot have a dinner with their wife. So if it happens on the opposite side, right? It means I feel like the Bobby has tampered with the evidence here. I'm not very sure, but I feel like it is. We'll see. I will present this guy.
Take that!
Obviously, there's only one person it could have been. Constable Rolly Bit. It was you! What? A policeman? A member of Scotland Yard? What a nonsense! Why would my Rolly do something like that? There's no one straighter than my husband. Nobody works more tirelessly for the people of London. Mrs. Beat, you said in your testimony that your husband asked you to go to a nearby police box to fetch the officer on duty. The 15 minutes that you were absent from the scene, is the only opportunity anyone had to tamper with it. You're making it up. It's all nonsense. It's all lies. What about that Japanese man with the whiskers? I bet it was him. He did it.
Objection!
If that was true, Constable Bean would have seen him do it. Oh. And forgive me for pointing it out, but when you dropped your bouquet, Mrs. Speed, it was after the defendant had fled the scene. Well.
Objection!
First you make accusation about the landlord and his wife, and now you incriminate a policeman as well. But your accusation lacked one very important thing. Your claim the crime scene was tampered with. But there is only one reason anyone would commit such a reckless crime: to hide something. That's right, he's right. But my husband and I just happened to be there, that's all. So why would we have anything to hide? It doesn't make sense. You offered no motive for this alleged tampering. And until you do, your accusations are nothing but empty threats. Constable Beat had a very good reason for wanting to tamper with the scene of the crime. That's the key to this entire affair. Mr. Naruhodo, have you managed to solve this mystery? Counsel, you have made a very serious accusation against a London police officer. If you are mistaken, I am sure I need not point out that your reputation as a lawyer will be irrevocably damaged. With that stark warning in mind, you will now explain to the court the motive for this alleged tampering. Yes, my lord. Constable Beat's motive for tampering with the crime scene was to hide where the victim fell. Let me just save this. Just in case I dumb, okay? Just in case, but I won't be. I know. Where the victim fell to the ground. That is what this Bobby had to cover up at all costs. What? Where the victim fell? You mean where she was attacked? What are you talking about? We told you at the very start, didn't we? On the pavement of BR Road, we saw it happen, remember? It was right here, as if anyone didn't already know. That's certainly what everybody has been led to believe. But in fact, that isn't where the victim was stabbed at all. What? What? I'm beginning to wonder where is this tumultuous trial will end, counsel. If that's your assertion, then the court is dying to know, my Nipponese friend. Where you're proposing that the crime actually took place at that evening.
Take that!
But that's on the opposite side of the road. I don't understand. On the evening in question, Mr. Garidap's book fell directly down from the open window above. And your bouquet, Mrs. Speed, never moved at all. What did move was the scene of the crime itself. Good gracious!
Objection!
Perhaps you haven't been listening to the ample testimony the court has heard. But these witnesses both saw the moment the attack took place. That's right, I saw it with my own eyes. It was 5 o'clock in the evening and already dark. There was the typical London fog on the ground. When you saw the incident unfold and ran to the victim's aid, that was actually on the west side of BR Road. No, that's not true. It can't have been. Constable Beat then arranged for you to be absent for a while by sending you for help. And during the 15 minutes you were away, he transplanted the crime scene. He moved all the things shown in this print, the victim herself, the 4 books. He moved everything, in fact, to the pavement on the east side of the BR Road. Extraordinary! Yo, hisashiburi! Nya! Nyaru! Hey yo, it's been a while, man. It's been a while. How are you? Didn't see you for quite a while now. Got busy, haha, yeah, I got busy too. But the constable overlooked one thing. What did he overlook? The bouquet, I presume. Exactly. The prosecution told the court just a few minutes ago about the discovery of the rose bouquet. Lord Van Zyck said it wasn't noticed until the morning as it lays where the street lamp cast no light. Yes, it couldn't be seen in the dark, obviously. Which is why it was only the bouquet that was found in its original position on the pavement on the west side of BR Road. And that is the defense theory about what really happened that evening. How did you respond? Constable Rowley Beat! Well, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to nod off again, but I haven't slept properly in a month. Did I miss anything important? Oh, Rolly. It isn't true, is it? What that lawyer said is all lies, isn't it? I know it is because you're the most upstanding righteous man I know. I had a dream, a terrible dream. All the things I did that night. Everything comes out, everything exposed. Only it seems it wasn't a dream at all. Good golly! Order! Hey Naru, good job from losing a lot of weight. I hope you are all fit, very fit now. What on the earth is the meaning of all this? Oh Rolly, why? Why do you do something like this? Not that fit yet, maybe after 2 months. Haha. Moving a corpse is a criminal offense, isn't it? Wishing the victim's dead should be one too. Constable, explain yourself. Why would you do this? As a respected member of Scotland Yard, your duty is to protect the good people of London town. I can't say, sir. What? I really am ever so sorry about all this? For damaging the yard's reputation, for everything. I have a possible explanation for why, on that particular evening, Constable Beat felt compelled to move the scene of the crime. I can think of one reason. What? How could you possibly know? You, a foreigner, presuming to understand the mind of a Scotland Yard policeman? And yet, Lord Van Zyck, it is this foreigner who has uncovered the startling truth of the matter thus far. I believe it would be beneficial to the court to hear this extraordinary young lawyer's theory. Counsel for the defense, if you please. Ah, yes, my lord. Now then, I think you had better show us some evidence. At once, my lord. England, Japan, it makes no difference where you come from. Human emotions are the same. And I think I have a fairly good idea of the feeling behind this man's action. What gives away the motive for Constable Beat's unthinkable actions? It's literally this bouquet of flower. I am sure of it. I am so sure. Yaru, I'll check it after the stream, alright? I'll check it. I'll give it a check. I saw your message. We will present this flower to them.
Take that!
But sure, but need to save. Ha ha ha. Save? Need to save? Ah! I realized that I'm a foreigner in this land and I have only just arrived from Japan. Which is why all this information about London's so-called bobbies is completely new to me. I've learned that through honorable patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world, for example. Keeping the peace, looking after the citizens on his beat in all kinds of ways. There's no doubt that the young Bobby has charged with a great deal to do each day. Certainly. But for Constable Beat, that day in question was special. Special? How? On the account of this bouquet, my lord. Oh yes! It was our very first wedding anniversary. Constable Beat had to work so hard to be able to afford this simple gift for his wife, and was looking forward to take her out for a celebratory meal when he and Mrs. Beat stumbled upon a crime scene along BR Road. When he saw the shadowy figure through the fog collapse on the pavement ahead of them, that must have gone through the man's mind. What must have gone through the man's mind? But sir, just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. Beat puts up with a lot being married to a bobby like me. I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care. This is the warrant card that Constable Beat offered to lend me earlier. Inside, among the rules for patrolling policemen, it says, when a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigation and help detectives. Aha! Constable Beat. Is that not the reason why you moved the whole scene of the crime that day. Yes. Everything you said is alright. So that's it? It was all to do with the boundary of your beat. Oh! Exactly. To summarize, the incident actually occurred on Constable Beat's beat. Good gracious! Constable, do you realize the gravity of what you have done? It was the first time since I become a copper that I ever cursed God. Stay close to me, Pat. The crime could still be lurking somewhere. Criminal. As we ran over to the scene, I had every intentional of doing my duty as a police officer. We have got to report this to the station as quickly as possible. But then it dawned on me. I realized where we were, where the victim was lying, and what that meant for me. When a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigation and help detectives. Why here? Why did this have to happen here? And why tonight, of all nights? Why? It's a copper's job to guard the scene of the crime, so I told Pat she had to go to the nearest police box and fetch whoever was on duty there. It was then, when I opened my mouth to speak, it just came out. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my own mouth. This is the next beat to mine, Pat. So you have to go to the police box that covers it. Turn right along Mi Chuan Street and then... Hear me thinking Rio will lose her voice later cause of all the lines. Yaru, I already lost my voice yesterday, so today I'm just straining. Kind of straining. Oh yeah. You lost your voice and here you are. Yep, exactly. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Straining it more? Yep. Oh, Constable. I just wanted just that one night to take my Patricia out for dinner. Oh, Rolly. Just that one night. You knew that if the incident was on your beat, your evening of celebration would be ruined. And so you decided to move the entire crime scene outside your jurisdiction, just across the street, to the east pavement of BR Road, which fall under the neighboring beat care. You see, I thought... Well, I was sure the victim was dead, you see. I beg your pardon? Oh, of course he did. Otherwise, my Rolly would never have left the poor woman on the freezing cold pavement. I see you meaning now. But God got me back for my sins, didn't he? That's why I missed the rose I bought for Pat. Oh no, Rolly! That was all my fault! Oh my god, my voice, I cannot anymore. I should never have dropped it in such a dark place. I'm so sorry, Rolly. I strain it even more, huh? And can you tell us, Constable, how many books did you move from the one side of the road to the other in total? Oh, 4. It was. Yes, sir. Definitely 4. I wanted to help you read lines. 3 of them dropped by Mr. Natsume, and the 4th being the one that fell from the window upstairs in the Garidep's household, of course. I'm still doing things. Hey! Just don't worry about it. Just continue your thing, huh? But what made you place that book in the victim's hand? When all the others were scattered haphazard around, I mean. Oh, well, sir. That's how I found it. How you found it? What do you mean? When we first ran over the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand. You sure it was this book, The Lion's Pride, that the victim was holding? Oh yes, sir. No doubt about it, sir. Interesting. Right. I thought it was an open and shut case at the time, you see. There were only the 2 people at the scene, and Pat and I both saw it happen. However, which way you look at it, it had to be the fellow who ran off who done it, I thought. I couldn't see the harm really. I didn't think moving it all over the road would make a jot of difference. I suppose this is it for me now. I've had it. My lord. Yes, Lord Van Zik. I believe that concludes the cross-examination of the witnesses. Constable, you may redraw. Yes, sir. Mr. Prosecutor, sir? What will become of my Rolly? What will happen to him? For now, you are free to go home. The police will contact you in due course. Please, don't punish my husband. This was all my fault. It's because I always moaning at him for coming home late. Leave it now, Pat. Let's go home. I'm tired. Alright then, my love. One last thing, Constable. Sir? Let this be a lesson to you. In a crime investigation, every detail matters. However insignificant it may seem to you. Yes, sir. Carve that lesson in your mind. And never again make the mistake of tampering with the scene of a crime. Ah? Never again, sir? You mean to say? Leave now. This trial is not yet over. Sir! Well, He's not the one that do the killing, so... Sorry, I was packing up my things for tomorrow morning. Hey, it's fine. Well, quite a startling revelation, I may say. Whoever thought of a third party transplanting the entire scene of a crime like that? Muay Thai training it is. Oh, you're going for Muay Thai? Pog! Indeed, my lord. Nevertheless, there are some immutable facts here, principally that the accused, Mr. Souseki Natsume, is the only person who could possibly have committed this crime.
Objection!
No, I disagree. Now that we know the true scene of the incident, there is someone else. Another person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back. Forgive me for being presumptuous, but I believe the prosecution is probably well aware of this possibility already. Lord Van Zik, is this true? Muay Thai on Tuesday, then boxing on Saturday. Hey! Nice! I like, I don't know what's it called. I like body combat, so it's a combination of all martial arts like Muay Thai, boxing. I think there's a few like Taekwondo or Karate's combined. So that's why I'm like to do it, but it's been a while. Last joined the class, so yeah, don't know. Looking forward if I were to join back. We'll see. It's been a while. I work out, man. It's been a while. Yeah, you remind me I should do some workout as well. Cause my health checkup came up and then it's in a mess. the report is in a mess somehow. Yeah. Name the person if you will, and if further investigation is warranted. The prosecution has no objection to the trial continuing. You will name this other person who could have perpetrated the crime. It will be Mrs. Garridat because she will accidentally kill someone. Let me just save. That's why Rayo is a grandma now. Oh man, like, no, I'm not gonna be grandma. I'm gonna be young again, you know, like do more workout.
Take that!
The defense would once again like to request the cross-examination of a new witnesses, my lord. Once again, my assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case, it's imperative that we cross-examine juror number 4, Mrs. Joanne Garridak. Me? Oh, dearie me!
Objection!
That request has already been denied.
Objection!
But the situation is very different now. Mrs. Garridak, answer me this. What do you want now, you little toad? At the time of the incident, you were enraged, engaged with a violent argument with your husband, Mr. John Garridak. In the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited. And to clear the smoke from the room, your husband opened a window that looks out over Bia Road. Well, what of it? You threw this book at your husband when he was cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking the pane of the open top hinge casement window, the book plummeted directly down, finding its way to what we now know to be the true scene of the incident. Yes, and as I said, what of it? During the argument, you were beside yourself with rage. As such, you threw not just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. So, let me ask you one more time, Mrs. Garida. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back, have you really never laid eyes on it before? Ah! I don't recall it. Seriously? Am I supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband? And anyway, the man over there in all that regalia said members of the jury needn't testify, didn't he? Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
No, I have no recollection of saying that at all. Juror number 4. Oh! Make no mistake, you jurors are not special in any way. You are not immune to juridical process. If you know something about this knife, madam, let the truth come out. Oh my god, Wenzik! Are you also the guy that's like, you know, like, I mean, because you're a lawyer, so I know you have to, like, you know, cite your sides, but now that you can see that what my theory is, you just want to know the truth, right? Right, Lord Wenzik! You know you want the truth, right? Yeah. But that's just a common or garden knife. It could have come from anywhere. We have several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect me to know? What's that? Are you joking? What are you saying? Please, Mrs. Garridap. Huh? Now you listen to me! I refuse to believe all this nonsense! I couldn't bear the thought. I just injured someone. Did you hear? I couldn't bear it! Oh, the poor woman. So, yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence if you're going to insist on this being my fault. You're going to have to prove to me that I threw that knife if that's what you think. Come along now, chop chop. Do your worst. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, if I had evidence like that, believe me, I would have thrown it at her already. Then take the stand, juror. Oh! The prosecution does not object the defense request to cross-examine this woman. Ayo, wait, Lord Benzik, what are you trying to imply here? You're trying to Thank you, Lord Benzik. I'm going to have to testify. Juror number 4. As I'm sure you will appreciate having observed it with your own eyes today. Witnesses' testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truth being unearthed. The truth of which the witnesses themselves may not even have been aware. Oh dearie me. So I demand your full and unadulterated testimony, Mrs. Garridap. And mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. Do you concur, counsel? Certainly, my lord. Oh, then That's what I'm hoping for, my lord. Yes! We need more popcorns. This is such a strange feeling. For the first time since arriving this country, it actually feels real. I'm here in the Old Baileys and I'm a lawyer. Witnesses, state your name and occupation. Oh, yes, my name is Joanne Garridap. And well, I'm a juror and such like. It sounds like even she doesn't know if she's a housewife or a maid or what anymore. The court has decided your testimony is required in order to clarify matters in this case. Do you understand, madam? Yes, my lord. You will tell the court everything that took place in your household that evening in question. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth. Oh dearie me. Chin up, Joanie. Nothing to worry about now. Oh, I didn't know you are here, John. It wasn't only you in the room that day, thing, was it? Wow! Now we have another pair? My god, my eye's gonna go blind at this point. Don't worry about me, I'm just drinking coffee. Hey, drink coffee, drink your coffee, man. I'm just drinking water too. Rather think I off to testify as well, don't you? But what about your knee, dear? Don't you worry about that. Hardly noticed it. I'm not the sort of chap to leave a comrade to face disciplinary action alone. Oh, John! I presume you are Mr. John Garridap? Yes, sir! A former second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Northumberland Police, sir. Seen my fair share of action and now living the quiet life, as it were. The quiet life? Were you not engaged in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the day in question? Ah, well, yes. Quite. I believe this may represent a first in the proud history of British court. Calling a juror to the witness stand is unprecedented. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. You will recount clearly and concisely the event in your home at the time of the incident in question. Sir, at once! The Battle of Garridap. Yes, on the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. Can't recall the reason now. Knocked a candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out though and got the window open. Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him. Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I noticed if 1 or 2 went missing, I'm afraid. If that body thing in the victim's bag really was one of ours, you have a job proving it, I think. It sounds as though it was quite the battlefield in your household that evening. Although an entirely one-sided assault, it seems. The enemy caught us on the hope, sir. Had no choice but to dig in and take defensive measures. To be honest, if the enemy had kept shelling us for another minute, we have been toast. Cause a veteran such as myself is only too aware that on every battlefield you're just a Gantt whisker from death at any moment. Are we still talking about a marital quarrel here? Well, I must say I'm dubious that this testimony will shed any lights on the origin of this jackknife. In combat, one's focus narrows such that surroundings are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more than they have testified already. This may be a dead end. Lord Van Zeke may well be right. Well, whatever that the chances, we only have this one last cross-examination to uncover the truth, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, I am afraid so. Very well, Counsel. Begin your cross-examination. Yay! Okay, so you don't remember the reason. I can press you again more. The reason is what you told us yesterday, I believe? Yes, that's right. If I remember correctly, it all started because of a note that was tucked onto the pages of the book belongs to Mr. Garida. A rather passionate note, in fact. But Mrs. Garida found the note, discovering her husband's little secret. And she gave him a mighty number of slaps across the face for it too. What a sordid state of affair. Hell on earth. I say, when a chap say he can't recall such a thing, it's common decency not to drag it all up. And besides, half of it was wide of the mark anyways. A likely story. This water runs very deep. Are you okay, Rayo? I mean, I don't know, my voice? Do I sound alright? I don't know, man. Like, my voice is already like gone, half gone, so we'll see. I want to see this to the end though. I want to see this to the end because I'm really sure today I can finish this chapter. And what transpired next after these multiple blows off to the face? Okay. You're screaming, your voice is screaming help. Oh, I see. Knock a candle over, set on fire. Okay.
Hold it!
And the fire also spread to some items of furniture, didn't it? The bookcase, my armchair, anything of mine really. Just so happened there's some bath water around that evening, so I sloshed that about to put it out. A most precarious situation you put yourself in. Ours is a 3-story townhouse on the west side of the street, where the water main isn't connected yet. Have to draw water from a public water pump during the day if you need any, you see. The lodgers are always moaning that they can't get any water at night. Although, that little moustache Japanese man buys water in bottles, I believe. The defendant, Mr. Natsume, you mean? Yes, he received a stipend for his studies, you know, from his home country. Can you imagine? Being able to brew a pot of tea at all hours? He obviously very well off. Have you actually seen the state of the man? I believe he uses all his income to buy books. Well, anyways, the point is, I was able to douse the fire with water, fortunately enough. Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him.
Hold it!
Even though the room was on fire. As far as I'm concerned at that time, it was more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she must throw. Oops guys, oopsies. That's the most certainly not true of a Susato takedown, Mr. Naruhodo. I can't say true about that, Miss Susato. How did she know I was thinking about that? So please cast your mind back and try to remember. Was a knife among the items that you threw at your husband that day? Wait, did I forget to refresh that thing? God damn it. Yep. Let me. Yep, I totally forgot, huh? I totally forgot.
I think you're thirsty.
It's okay, we can get the head pad back. What? Where is it? We got head pad. Yeah. Hydrate, yes. Thank you. I need all the water I can. My throat is on fire. I can feel the throat is on fire. I need throat rest for the next 2 days. And I've been coughing non-stop for the past few days, so yeah, have to figure out how what to do with that next time. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to it. She don't remember. In all honesty, I don't recall. But I feel I must point out that I am no monster. Let me see. Some bread, a cabbage, garlic, a towel, and a sponge. A napkin. A napkin.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. You have something to add, sir? Mr. Gary Depp! Don't shoot! Sorry, I beg your pardon. Did your wife remark just now bring something to mind? Nothing of any significance, no. Just that the barrage of projectiles the old thing launched in my direction was somewhat more solid than what she implies. Book, bricks, and fire poker, I seems to recall. Ouch. And then... Holy shit! she poured the tea inside his what's it called? Smoke pipe. Yes. Okay, I need to see what he said. Okay. And the woman's aim is uncanny. He landed a direct hit with every bear. Okay, fine. Okay. Good grief, woman! We're not at home now. This is a court of law. Oh, dearie me. I'm so sorry, dear. What she's even doing with a teapot in here? Honestly, John, I would never have thrown such things at you, obviously. Well, take a look at this then. How do you suppose that happened? Your pipe, sir? Had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles she did, yes. And when I went to pick up the thing, it was broken in two. I like to see a sponge do that sort of damage. I see, your pipe was broken. It would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Anyway, I managed to bandage the thing up for now. Haha, you're the one exaggerate, aren't you, dear? I wonder what should we make out of this account. It could be important because it means she's not throwing just eats, just the defense believe Mr. Gary Depp's remark just now to be a great significance.
Objection!
The war veteran's word only tell us one thing. Betray a fiery wife and pipes as well as heart may be broken. Sentimental wisdom perhaps, but hardly worthy of adding it to the formal testimony. Indeed, common sense, one might say. Might one? In that case, would you at least permit us to examine the pipe, sir? Well, I don't see why not. Oh dearie me, there you go again, trying to ingratiate yourself with a young lady. Very well, the court will accept the gentleman's pipe as evidence. The pipe has been entered, okay. I hope I didn't speak out of turn, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay, let me check. Court record. We are going to check on this thing. What is this? There's a small nick out of the bowl here. Look, it appears to have been made relatively recent. And see how there's a little scrapes and dents all over it? It's clearly a well-loved pipe. Yes, you're right. It seems to me recently that being well-loved goes hand in hand with getting some battle scars. This particular nick is catching my eyes though, because it's clearly new. It looks to be in a sorry state with that bandage around it, doesn't it? But for some reason it feels slightly ominous to me. Like it's trying to shout out a warning. Probably because it's the same blue as Mr. Gary Depp's dressing gown. I suppose it must be a considerable sentimental value to Mr. Gary Depp, given that he gone to the trouble of repairing it like this. Either that or he can't afford to replace it. Right, okay. I was just feeling rather disappointed for you that your request was turned down. Oh no, it's fine. Thanks to Susato-san, we have new evidence to work with. You should examine it carefully. Well, thank you for that, reputable Mr. Garida. Now, if we could return to the truth of the matter. What can you tell the court about knife used to attack the victim? Plenty of knife around our place. Can't say I noticed if one or two went missing.
Hold it!
Right. Sorry, would you care to elaborate? Nothing to say really. Rather partial to a spot of carving, you see, pipes and whatnot, fishing, tackles, you know, that sort of things. It's a passion we both share. I like to carve little wooden trinkets too. And then there's my leatherwork. Try to say we are always losing knife about the place, and we have dozens of the things. They sell them at the market sometimes, 20 for the price of 19. Needless to say, I snapped them up. John prefers to use 2 knives at meal times too, instead of a knife and fork. Now, John, we don't want people to think I'm some kind of savage. Here we go again with the scheduling. Why are they being so evasive? I imagine it's because they don't want to believe it. They can't bear the thought that it might have been one of their knives that injured the victim. Which is entirely understandable, of course, but still. Go on with your testimony, witnesses. Sir! I see. If that belly thing on the victim's back really was one of them, you have to have a job to prove it.
Hold it!
Okay. So you have no intention of admitting it was your knife unless we can produce proof. Yes, right? Even true, there is no other credible possibility if Mr. Natsume is innocent.
Objection!
You forget, my Nipponese friend, that it has yet to be established that the accused is not responsible for the attack. As if I could forget. If only there were some ways to know who had handled the knife. But I suppose wizardly like that is just a dream. Perhaps you're thinking of fingerprint, Mr. Naruhodo. What? You mean it's not a dream? That sort of wizardry really exists? Whenever people touch anything, they leave behind a unique pattern from their skin, or so they say. But I can't really see anything. There are already countries in the world where these so-called fingerprints can be used as evidence. Lord Strongheart is currently discussing the matter at the Ministry of Justice. Yes, I believe we are rapidly approaching an era of scientific methods of investigation. But for now, we shall have to find an alternative method of proving our assertion that this knife found in the victim's bag was originally in Mr. and Mrs. Garydap's house. Ugh. If only I could transplant this whole incident to several years in the future. That's the extent of their testimony, is it? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I think we have heard all this before, to be honest. I can't say I'm particularly confident that we be able to prove anything new from this testimony. But in this cross-examination, it's absolutely essential that we establish how this knife came to be at the scene of the incident. Yes, I know. I'm sure both of them must be feeling very worried. Worried that it was a fact a knife belonged to one of them that caused the victim's injury. If we could find even a tiny shred of evidence to support that theory, it would clinch this trial for us, and it would explain everything. Yes, it would. So, for Souseki-san's sake, we must find that one last crucial piece of evidence. Okay, I know how they did. Guys, look at my theory here. I think the pipe is the evidence already itself. So, The carve out part of the pipe. Yes, yes. We shall present the knife. The knife, not knife, the pipe.
Objection!
Okay, the witness's last statement is clearly at odds with this piece of evidence. Ah? I'm sorry, counsel, but I fail to see the connection. Hey yo. Huh? Mate? Wait, did I do it wrong? Or the wrong timing, I guess? The wrong, Wait, let me see. Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at the tip. A small pierce of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spotted, Mrs. Susato. I wonder what could have happened to it. Yes, you don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you? Oh dear, I hope not. That sounds terribly painful. Okay, nothing special about this knife except for that. Aha! Oh, something just twinkled inside the chamber of the pipe there. Yes, I saw it! Haha! Something stuck in there, I think. Let's turn it over and give it a shake. What is this? A tiny fragment of metal. It looks like the tip of a blade or something. The tip of a blade? Surely it couldn't be. Ahaha! Ahaha! Smooth! Okay, wait. Wrong item, but right line. We will present this instead.
Objection!
Mr. Garida, could I ask you to take a good look at this, please? You can ask, but I can't see a belly thing. You can't? You used to call me Dead-Eye Dad back in the regiment, of course. But that was some time ago. Even when I'm trying to enjoy a large print book by the fire these days, I struggle to tell a B from a D and a P from a Q. To be honest, oh man, that's a real struggle, isn't it, man? Oh, he does. Dear me, it rather varying being asked about every other letters in every other words. You must D. Very dusty. You must be very busy. Oh my god. What is that? A tiny scrap of metal? Yes, almost certainly from the tip of a blade. and what may appear at first to be just a tiny scrap is in fact a crucial piece of evidence. Interesting. And where did the defense come by this evidence? It was lodged inside the chamber of Mr. Garrideb's pipe. In my pipe, you say? By Jove! I wonder how that got there. And what precisely does this fragment of metal signify, Counsel? Are you suggesting that it is in some way related to the matter of the stabbing on BR Road? Well, I am. What? When put together with another piece of evidence already in the court record, I believe this tiny fragment of metal will unravel the whole truth of this case, my lord. Oh my god, he still have his but his robe is still got hole there. Like, you know, the burn mark is still there. God damn it. You appeared rather confident in that extraordinary statement, Counsel. Very well then, present the pertinent evidence to the court. What evidence, when paired with this fragment of metal, allegedly reveals the truth of this entire crime scene?
Take that!
This is the knife that was found in the victim's back. If you look closely, you'll see that there's a small piece at the tip of the blade that is missing. A common issue with the inferior blades sold at unsavory street markets. Criminals who use them regularly leave the tips lodged in their victim's bone. And what of this particular knife? No doubt its tip has suffered a similar fate, now languishing somewhere near the spine of the victim.
Objection!
No, that's not the case. The tip of this particular knife blade, is the very fragment of the metal we discovered in the chamber of Mrs. Garrideb's pipe. Ah! Oh! Good grief, Lord Van Zeke! Wait, we attacked him? He just said, ugh! Finally, man, finally, we got him. We got him for real this time. Finally! I can see him in pain. In pain because we have told him the truth. He said, ugh! I don't believe it! Nyaru, I need you to say this line. I'm just joking. I don't believe it! He looks like he's so heartache. The knife from the crime scene and this fragment of metal. He looks like a JoJo now. Are a perfect match. Good golly gosh! Order! Is this some sort of Eastern sorcery? This is no magic, my lord. This is a miracle. A miracle? So, Van Zix has figured it out, has he? Counsel, explain this extraordinary coincidence at once. Yes, my lord. The crucial point we have to ask ourselves here is, when did the fragment of metal find its way inside Mr. Garrideb's pipe? Something that was clarified for us in the most recent witness testimony. Had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles she did. Yes. It would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Oh dearie me. Oh my god, did he broke the pipe? I think he broke his pipe. During the arguments between these two that occurred just as the victim was on the pavement below, Mrs. Garrideb flung this knife at his husband. However, the knife missed Mr. Garrideb, instead striking the pipe in his hand at the time, which caused the tip to break off, of course. Good lord! Yes, and that is when the tiny tip of the blade found its way inside Mr. Garrideb's pipe. The chances of that are 1,000,000 to 1! And yet there's no other credible explanation for how the tip of the blade ended up in your pipe. Then, after losing its tip, the knife ricocheted off the pipe and flew out of the open window. In short, this knife, which fell from the window of the Garrideb's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back on the street below. Oh gosh, oh dear. Oh. No!
Objection!
Oh, wow, he's back with his wine and his cup. So we have more stories now. A full-bodied theory, I give you that. Well, Mr. Van Zix, I see what you're trying to do there. I thought you're gonna let me end the game, but you are not definitely. You are definitely not. Right? I see your point there. Huh? I am this close to end the game, and you are not letting me do it. A complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points, plausible, arranged to create an almost passable vintage. Allow me to toast my learned friend, characteristically Nipponese approach to bottling his argument. Sorry. But after all, it's just a theory. The bottle I feared is cocked. Because you see, it's spoiled by an insurmountable inconsistency. An insurmountable what? Lord Van Zig, explain yourself! What is this inconsistency you claim to have identified? An inconsistency of the simplest nature, my lord. The victim was found with a knife planted in the middle of her back. Yes, in her... Ah! That's right, you silly little man! Now, John Oting, what are you getting so excited about? Let us consider the basic fact of the case once more. The victim was walking along the pavement before being stabbed in the back and falling to the ground. If the knife that struck her had fallen above, there's no possible way it could have planted itself onto the victim's back. Yeah! Order. Quite right, you see. Exactly right. If the knife had fallen on her from above, it would have struck her on top of her head. Well, he lost for words, look. I knew it. I never liked his theory in the first place. I don't know though what really happened. It would appear the defense has made rather a spectacular blunder. Such a waste! The wine? Why do you throw it? Such a waste. He threw so many wine already. He barely had a sip and then he just threw the wine. If a theory has even one inconsistency, it cannot stand. Your theory, my learned friend, is history. We were so close, I could see the truth. I was so sure we were on the right track. But now the way has been blocked up completely by just one simple inconsistency. Or in other words, we simply need to eliminate that one inconsistency and the theory will stand. It's so subtle! You mustn't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. You were just caught off guard, that's all. And your mind went blank. But if the path you were on is indeed correct, then a way will present itself. The key to this is in the court records. I'm sure all the information you need is there. It seems you have nothing to say, my Nipponese friend. Wait, court record? Hold on a second. We'll let you see. Well, your silence speaks volumes. Attack at sentence that your theory is fatally flawed.
Objection!
This inconsistency doesn't mean I was on the wrong track. It means that I need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. It's a test. Yes. If the knife fell on the victim from above, there's no way it could have hit her in the middle of her back. Under normal circumstances, that is. What are you implying? Counsel? There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can explain this inconsistency. That can explain how the knife that fell from above could have pierced the victim's back. You already have the answer. Goodness! Utter madness! Surely this must be the last time. Counsel, present the evidence of which you speak. is the last inconsistency, the final piece in the puzzle. If I can successfully make sense of this, the truth will be laid bare at last. The evidence that explains how the falling knife became the lodge in the book. This book, because the victim will have to bend down to pick up the book. When she bent down, the knife took her. I am sure. I'm sure, but I still want to save. I'm sure, but I want to save.
Right.
Thanks for the hit pad.
think
And
you
also
thirsty.
thanks for the hydrate. We get more water. Nice theory. I feel like it's a legit theory. Your Honor, the knife choked her. Thanks for the hydrate, Metomba. Thanks for the hit pad as well. Right. We will see is this book that... Wait, hold on. Nope. This is the book.
Take that!
Take this, the book. This, the fourth book found at the scene, is the final piece of evidence the defense will present. The burnt book. That is not Mr. Gary Depp's book? Yes, and to understand its significance, we have to consider how it came to be at the scene in the first place. The photographic print already shows the book in question, and the victim holding it in her hand. But as we all now know, it was the police constable that put the book between her fingers like that. Quite so. As part of his wholesale transplanting of the crime scene to the opposite side of the road. That's true. However, as a part of his testimony, Constable B made an extremely enlightening statement on that point. But what made you place that book in the victim's hand? Oh, well, sir, that's because that's how I found it. When we first ran over the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand. In other words, the victim had already picked the book up on her own volition. And clearly that must have been before she suffered the knife wound. Well, I should say so. After being attacked with a knife, I don't imagine she have been doing much of anything. So the question becomes, why did the victim have that book in her hand? By Jingo! I think I'm beginning to see what may have happened now. Oh dearie me. We know that the book fell from the top floor of the Gary Depp's household onto the pavement below. At precisely the moment that the victim was walking past. Yes, at exactly that moment. The young woman was walking along the street in the light fog. Then, all of a sudden, a book fell right in front of her. The book I threw. Yes, Mrs. Gary Depp. And what do you think the woman did? What would you do if you're walking along and suddenly a book landed in front of you on the pavement? Well, I really can't imagine it. But I suppose she might have reached down and pick the book up? Yes, that's exactly what the woman did in fact did. She picked up the book. Oh, oh heavens! And when the woman reached down to pick the fallen book up, what position would her bag have been in? That's right, facing the sky, completely and utterly defenseless. Then, in the very next moment, while the woman was still bent over, picking up the book, the next object fell from the room above the jackknife straight into the middle of her back. And at that same time, walking by chance directly behind Mrs. Green was the defendant, Mr. Souseki Natsume. Well, It appeared to Mr. Natsume that the woman simply collapsed on the floor. In the dark and the fog, he didn't see the knife falling on her from above. And from the other direction, the constable and his wife saw no one but the victim and her apparent attacker. So there never was a real culprit to run from the scene in the first place. No, this was nothing more than a series of unlikely events that culminated in an unfortunate accident. And that is the real truth behind this case. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Garida, the very first time you showed me that knife, I had my suspicions. I wondered if perhaps it might have been something like that. There, oh Bean. Poor Mrs. Garida. Of course, I never meant for anything of the sorts to happen, but it was all my fault, wasn't it? I'll take full responsibility. I'll let my anger get the better of me. I threw that book. And I threw that knife as well. John, dear. It's alright, I know. Oh, now I feel bad. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Truly. I'm sorry. Oh no, she fell. Oh. He's trying his best, okay? He's trying his best. It was an accident. Yeah, it was. Lord Van Zig, what news of Mrs. Garida? She'd been taken to the infirmary. It would appear that today's event had left her in an especially flustered state. He's strong with burnt pants, yes. However, I believe she will recover in due course. There is no cause for concern. Yes, unbeknown to themselves, they caused what could easily have been a terrible tragedy. They shall have to prepare themselves for the consequences of their actions. There is some good news, however, my lord. I have just had word from the hospital where the victim is being treated. Her condition is improving steadily and the doctor believes she will regain conscious soon. It's strange, we've been talking about the victim all this time, but we never once met her. How wonderful! The woman is out of danger, it seems. Yes, that is good news. So, Mr. Souseki Natsume. Yes! Yes! On behalf of my fellow countrymen, I would like to take this opportunity to beg your pardon, sir. You came from your distant eastern homeland to study our great British culture and have been repaid with immeasurable unkindness. Please accept our heartfelt apologies. No, it's me who should be begging your pardon. Oh no, Mr. Natsume. That evening, when the young woman just collapsed on the pavement right before my eyes, I jumped to the wrong conclusion again in my confusion. What conclusion, sir? I was sure that the woman was dead. Yes, Constable Beat said the same thing. Didn't he? He thought she had been killed too. I suppose she must have looked completely lifeless. It's been a year since I arrived in Great Britain now, but I still can't get used to life here. I can't relax. I'm sure there are evil spirits lurking in the fog, like they are haunting me. Poor Souseki-san, his imagination really has got the better of him. Yes, poor man. So when it happened, I thought the young woman had been taken by the fog spirit. I should never have dropped my books like that and run away. I should have called for help, for a doctor, for the police. Man, it will be a big trauma for him, you know, like being accused as a killer for a case that he didn't do anything though. Instead, I managed to create a rift in relationship of trust between our two empires. And for that, I'm truly sorry. One could indeed say that some sort of mischievous spirit has been at work here, I think. One that created a chain of unfortunate mishaps. We were befooled by this spirit and led to false conclusion. But thanks to Lord Van Zyck and our young lawyer here from the east. Hey, not thanks to Mika. You thanks to the Lord Van Zyck for what? He did nothing, man. He do nothing to prove anything. I mean, to be honest, back then, Japanese are very keen to their supernatural things. True. But why do you thank Lord Van Zyck first? Huh? I'm the one that debunked the whole thing. What the fuck? That chain has now been broken and the spirit exorcist. Yeah. I hardly commended you both. Oh! Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Yes, my lord. In concluding this trial, I must ask one last time for your decision regarding the defendant's culpability. Are you ready to present your finding to the court? As the foreman of this jury, I assure you, we have reached a fair and just conclusion. I do declare the truth can be extremely cruel at times. Well, I didn't suspect the woman next to me, that's for sure. Sitting in front for the old bean believes she's out of action, you know. But I know what her decision would be. Does this mean I'll finally be able to get out of here and start work? Well, it's about time. I say I have a corker of a story to tell the grandchildren when I get home, won't I? All what Van Zig did is throw wine at the freaking candle. He throw wine bottle. Yep. Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby demand your final decision. Mr. Foreman!
Not guilty.
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 Yay! Very well, Mr. Souseki Natsume, I hereby pronounce you not guilty! Yay! We've finally set Mr. Natsume free. He's no more guilty. He's not guilty. He's innocent. And finally, Mr. Natsume. Oh yes, Lord, yes, sir. You are now a free man once more. It is my hope that you will continue to further your education in British culture. And may you never again be brought before me. Let's go! Oh yes, sir, of course. On my life, I swear I will never set foot in a courtroom again. I'm transported to tears! Thank you, counsel. The court is adjourned. Yay! We have finally finished the court for Mr. Natsume, our Nipponese friend. Oh, look! You okay? Wait, you mean me? Of course! Is there another locum here? Is there even one? Compared to the original locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, your name has become rather short, hasn't it? What's wrong with using my actual name? Oh, at last! I'm free! Joyful, joyous, jubilant! What? Jubilation! My god, I'm just... Haley Harley happiness, hurrah! Oh, I'm pleased. Mr. Natsume is delighted. Would it be so hard to just say that then? Locum, you did it! You saved me from the brink! Well, what happened to the poor woman was in no way your fault after all. I'm just glad everyone sees that now. No, not that! Lovely lawyer, locum lawyer! Yes? Natsume will now summon his stand. Yeah? I mean, as I said before, I have never got used to life here in Great Britain. Every time I look over my shoulder, I see foreigners. I see towering bricks building. And from high up windows, I see them looking down on me, laughing, look at that little hunchback. Oh dear, I'm sure it's all in your head, Mr. Natsume. But today, you locum lawyer gave my gloom the boot. You stood firm behind the baronial bench before all those babbling British. You battled to the bitter end, laying bare the baffling truth. And when I beheld the blinding fireworks among the beam of the Bailey's roof, I bellowed, "Behold the best barrister ever born!" Well, that's very flattering and we're very pleased for you. This has given me a wonderful anecdote to recount to my old friends back in Japan. And how do I pronounce this shit? Is that what's to become of all my hard work? Ah, there you are, my dear fellows. Yo, Sholmes, it's been a while. I have debunked the whole thing myself. And thank God you did not came in and just made it up. I apologize for keeping you waiting. I rose late this morning. Oh, Sholmes, Mr. Sholmes, what a pleasure to see you. I see I'm here not a moment too soon. A disaster has been averted, I'm glad to say. Oh! The trial shall begin presently, Mr. Naruhodo, and I wish you the very best of luck. It's just finished. What? No! Then my haste was in vain? Oh, I just realized Natsume Souseki is an actual historical figure? Wait, seriously? Wait, huh? I will check this out, like, huh? What's with all these JoJo poses? Ah, it's you! Hello, Sholmes! Oh, have we met, sir? This is Mr. Natsume, the man you had arrested, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, I see. I failed to recognize you at first. Our previous encounter have taken place in the gloom, either of your bleak lodgings or the prison cells. What's this low-budget Sherlock Holmes? I recognized his name, so I googled it. Ah, I simply couldn't place that curious face in the light. Charming. Is this all your fault? Lock Sholmes! You're the reason I had to go through this terrible ordeal. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. My apologies, sir, but I assure you I have placed you now. You're the fellow who abandoned that poor young lady and ran off, are you not? Ah. And she been taken to hospital more urgently? I feel perhaps she would have regained consciousness by now. Oh. But it was unavoidable, I'm sure. We are but humans after all. Anyone would have been shaken by such an experience. Are you okay, Souseki? I do feel very bad about how I behaved. Well, never mind. Now then, what was it that you wanted to say to me, sir? Nothing. Priceless. Oh, I'm sorry, really, but that was quite priceless. Poor Souseki-san. Still, on the bright side, you have had an extremely entertaining experience without paying a penny. And it would seem you were not even found guilty. But there is no bright side. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Natsume? Even after this, I'm still cursed by the spirits and now by the Reaper. Holy shit, yeah, you are right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong actually. Like, yeah, you're gonna get cursed by the Reaper as well. Hey, thanks Race for the hydrate. I'm working tonight. Not very actually. I was just wanting to end it when I start a new chapter. Ah, Lombat Zeke. I haven't forgotten you, you know. What facing that man in court means. Even if you found not guilty, you are still doomed. You'll be alright, Mr. Natsume. If the Reaper appears trying to make trouble, I will protect you. Hiya! With a perfect executed Susato takedown. Why is it have to be me that been taken down, huh? Much as I like being turned on my head, a bit of warning might be nice next time, Miss Susato. So, Mr. Natsume, what do you intend to do now? You mentioned something about recounting your experience to your friends back in Japan. Yes, I intended to return to my homeland soon. Oh! It has already been a year since I arrived here in Great Britain. I visited universities, libraries, bookshops. I've been honored with the tutelage of professors. I've learned so much about the wealth of literature here and the city it has shaped. And I come to realize that it's my calling to sail home and tell my fellow countrymen about it. That's very touching, Mr. Natsume. Or in perhaps less veiled terms, you wish to withdraw halfway around the world to escape the terror of the Reaper's curse. That's not all it! That's not it at all! The more I learn of literature, the more this strange feeling clawed at my insides. I felt compelled to return to my roots and attempt to pen a work of my own. Oh, I see. A work of literature by Souseki-san. Could be an interesting read. And what about Miss Susato and yourself, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry, what about us? Will you return to Japan alongside with your mustache compatriot? Why would we? A week hasn't not yet passed since we arrived in London. And only now does it feel as though we have finally found our feet. And you are accommodated in a hotel at present, are you not? That's right. We need to find lodging before it bankrupts us. I've calculated we can only afford another 10 nights before our entire budget is exhausted. Well then, you could take my lodgings. Oh, the windowless room? Ah. But what it lacks in window, it more that make up for with a floors, a ceiling and walls. Great. And of course, I'll be happy to leave behind the cursed evil spirit. Oh my, an evil spirit? Oh yes. It tries to suffocate you while you sleep. It's an infallible wake-up call. Well, think about it if that's alright. We'll think about it if that's alright. Perhaps I can offer a more welcome alternative. Would you consider taking lodging with me? With you! With you! Really? Well, a vacancy has conveniently present itself, though it's up in the attic, I might add. Are you sure it isn't just a storage loft? I spoke with the landlady this very morning on the matter of price, and Iris is cleaning the room as we speak. You must come at once. I presume you have no luggage to speak of? Oh, this is simply wonderful. What an honor to be invited to taking lodgings in the great detective's office. Attics. I'm too overcome for words. So suggesting we look elsewhere is out of then. Then it's settled. Iris will prepare a welcome dinner this evening. And you must come too, Mr. Natsume. I don't know what to say, but thank you and yes. Wonderful. Then I'll go and complete the paperwork for your formal release, Mr. Natsume, and it shan't take long. Somebody's happy. Locum. Yes, yes. I knew that you wouldn't let me down. I'm truly delighted to have met you here in London. Likewise, Mr. Natsume. It's been a privilege meeting you too. It's a shame that we're going to have to say goodbye so soon. Well, I've come to realize that I belong in Japan. But locum, we'll meet again one day. Yes, I'm sure. And hopefully by then I'll be a successful lawyer. Hopefully by then I'll be a successful author. Well, my dear fellows, our carriage appears to have arrived. Shall we go, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, Mr. Sholmes. I have little doubt Mr. Natsume will be released in time for dinner this evening. And so, with Souseki-san's innocence successfully established, we rode with Mr. Sholmes to what was to become our new home, 221B Baker Street. Ayo! This is better than Mr. Natsume's place, you know, there's window. Yeah. We can clean up a bit. So this is to be our new office, yes. Our office? I really like the sound of it. Me too. It's simply wonderful, isn't it? I hope you can see this, Kazuma. It's only a small step. But I like to think we're getting a little closer to your dream now. That's better than my room. Yes! I know, right? So, my dear fellows, do you like the place? Whoa! 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 Who are you? Who the heck are you? Who are you? Whoa, Sholmes, I don't recognize you without the code. Yeah. It's a delightful room, Mr. Sholmes. I simply adore it. Good, I'm pleased to hear it. Iris and I are delighted to welcome you. Down bed. No, I each no down bed. I ain't no down bed. You guys did not see. I hope everyone's hungry. It's nearly time for dinner. We'll eat as soon as Mr. Natsume arrives. We have a lot to celebrate. Iris, you must let me help you. Alright then, Susie. You can be in charge of the salad. Splendid! So, Mr. Naruhodo, how does it feel? Ryo, calm your hooters. You mean you? To have your own office in the capital. It's very exciting actually. I can't help wondering what adventure awaits us. Ha ha ha! Okay. Those are precisely my sentiments when I first established my office at these premises. Until I discovered the dark truth about the city of London, that is. Sorry. London is a glorious place, full of wonder, opportunities, prosperity, and meat. But the brightest of lights cast the darkest of shadows. I am not used to see you without your yellow clothes. Shadows? What do you mean? Well, I believe you are well aware of the murkiness that lies behind London's facade already. So once again, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London. Hey, we are in London. Of course, at the time, I had no idea of the significance of those words Mr. Sholmes so casually spoke. But it wasn't long before my turn came to lift the facade and see the true depth of the murk that lays behind. We finished one chapter. Yo, fine, nice. Can I save? Yes, please. We save and we end here. Aha! We end here. So the next one is The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. How many stories do we have? Oh, that's the last one? Damn! Finally! Rio, it's time to rest. Yeah, I am, but Rio is down bad. Don't you say like that? And that's it. We have cleared one of the stories. We have cleared out all the mysteries for this chapter. So I hope you guys had fun. At least I had fun to read the whole story for you guys and then play this game as well. Not gonna lie, it's so much plot twist for this chapter. At least so much plot twist. Initially we find out what happened in Mr. and Mrs. Scary Depp's house. Then it's initially I thought it was just waste of time, and after that we realized it was not. Then after that we know that Mr. Natsume got accused of assaulting a lady, but after that we knew there's the policeman changed, tampered with the crime scene. Damn, the policeman tampered with the crime scene, and then after that we found out the juror is involved. Oh my god, too much plot twist for this one, but I guess you guys had fun. Let me find someone to rate at this point. Who should I rate at this hour, man? It's late. It's late, guys. should I rate though? Let me see if I can rate someone who's playing this game as well. Ah, they are ending. They are ending also. Holy shit, wait. Rio had fun, especially seeing Shomes with those clothes. Hey, I had even more fun when I see Lord Van Zig went into a panic mode. Yeah. Hey, is there anyone I can read though? I'm like, I am clueless. Oh my god, anyone that I can rate. What do you expect, Rayo? It's almost 2 a.m. It's just 1:30 though, guys. It's not that late, right? It's not that late. Looking for things to rate. Everyone is so big though. My holy shit. No. Any smaller VTubers that I can rate? Yes, I appreciate small communities. You know what? I'm gonna yeet you guys to someone who's playing Persona 3 again, because I've been playing Persona 3 as well. So holy shit, loud. Okay. Let's go. We gonna rate. I follow a lot of streamers, but you are the only one streaming. I see. I'm the lucky one then. Right, we will rate Wolf, Angelus. So hey, thanks for everyone who joined the stream, and we are going to sleep cause it's late on my side, so I'm gonna go sleep. But we are rating Wolf Angelus. They are playing Persona 3 Reload, and send love to them. Though I don't know them yet, but yeah, let's rate. And then I'm not sure if I'm able to stream more consistently. I'll try, but I will try to stream more consistently. The only problem now is I am so busy with work that I have to not stream so frequently and rest a lot more. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys on the next stream, which I have no idea when, but I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye! Yeah, I'll check your message. Don't worry about that. Bye!